Okay, guys, for this project, I'm going to give you 5 pieces of paper. You're going to keep your paper inside your black bag, inside your manila envelope, okay? Make sure you have your manila envelope, your name on it. And your black bag, you might have to fold the bag a little bit to fit really well in here, but you want to make sure that you're keeping your black bag inside the manila envelope because you don't want your paper to get stolen, and this is another layer of theft protection, and also to make sure your paper is really well secure in your locker so that way it doesn't get exposed, because I feel like a lot of people, their paper is getting exposed. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do for your contact sheet is you're going to take a 8 by 10 piece of paper and you're going to cut it into test strips. All right, so I'm going to take this paper, and on the long edge I'm going to cut it into 2-inch strips. So there should be 5 because it is 10 inches long. So I'm going to start at the 10 and then I'm going to move to the 8, then move to the 6, then move to the 4, then move to the 2. So now I have 5 test strips, and these are going to be helpful for this project so you don't waste paper. We're always going to use a test strip first. I'm going to put them back in my black bag, and I'm going to take my black bag and my envelope over to my enlarger. Okay, the first thing you want to do when setting up your enlarger to make a contact sheet is you're going to turn it on to focus. All right, you want to make sure the contact easel is on the base of your enlarger, and the contact easel is the one with the glass. And you want to make sure the light is bigger than the contact easel because you want the whole thing to be exposed, and not like if you had it like this, only half of, like this part of the paper wouldn't be getting exposed. So you're gonna raise the head of your enlarger and focus your light to make sure the contact easel is in focus. And then I'm gonna turn off, sorry, there's a cord in my way. I'm going to turn off my enlarger. Then I am going to take one of my test strips making sure the shiny side is pointed up. I'm going to take my negatives and I'm going to put my negatives on top. Now you could either do it like this, so you have like one strip, or you could do it up and down. So you cover all the rows of negatives. I'm going to do it up and down. I'm going to open the glass and put my test strip underneath my negatives underneath the glass. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab, there's not one over there, but I'm going to come over here and grab one of these pieces of cardboard, and I'm going to cover all but a small section of my paper. And I'm going to set my timer to 5 seconds, and then I'm going to turn it on. Then I'm going to move my cardboard down to get another strip. I'm going to set my timer for 5 seconds and turn it on. Notice how I turn it off after the timer has completed. Another 5 seconds. Then I'm going to move it down, do another 5 seconds. Until you get to the last little bit of paper, and then you're going to remove the cardboard completely and turn on the timer for another 5 seconds. Now I'm going to take this strip of paper and I'm going to go over to the developer and develop it. And what you should get is a a test strip with varying degrees of darkness. So this was a well exposed roll of film. So you can see the lighter area was 5 seconds, 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Sorry, I don't know how to count today. 25. So I will show you when we're in the light. But the best time, I think, is where the sprockets start to dissolve into the background. And, oops. I'm all a mess with the tongs. After this has been in the fix for about a minute, you can rinse it off and take it into the light to look and check your times. But I think for my contact sheet, I'm going to go with 5, 10, maybe 15 seconds. Up here at 20 seconds, it starts to get a little bit dark. And I'll show you what I mean. But first, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take my full sheet of paper, make sure the shiny side is up, put it underneath my negatives. What did I say, 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so turn it to 15 seconds. Cool. Then I'm going to take this back over here and I'm going to develop it. And then you'll have a little preview of all your pictures. Okay, so once you have your contact sheet completely developed and dried, and you want to save your test strip because you're going to need to turn this in with this, you can now really see where I did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 seconds. So when you're printing your contact sheet, you want to choose the time where the sprockets are starting to disappear into the background. So these ones were too light. This one was good, and probably between 15 and 20 seconds would have been fine. I chose to do 15 and it looks really well. So now that you have your contact sheet, you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to go through and you're going to circle the frames that you think are best for printing. So for the first project, we're going to be printing 4 pictures. So 1 pattern in nature, 1 reflection, and 1 unusual perspective, and then 1 of your choice. So you're going to circle your 4, and then you'll be ready to start printing your actual enlarged photos.